It's really important to blend this out. There was one photo shoot I did as Sonia Nevermind where I didn't blend this out and it looked really bad. Hi, I'm Shell and I'm a cosplayer. If you're new to my channel, welcome, or if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Today I'm going to walk you through my basic cosplay makeup, aka what I'm wearing right now. I call this my basic makeup because it's my go-to look for a lot of different characters, like Sonia Nevermind from Danganronpa, Mabel Pines from Gravity Falls, Katarina Claes from My Next Life as a Villainess, more that I'm probably not thinking of right now. So yeah, this is the makeup look I've evolved into after 6 or so years of doing cosplay, and I'm going to show you how I put it on. Hello, this is me with no makeup. Let's get started. Getting the hair out of my face is arguably the most important step. Right now my face is clean and I'm just going to put on some face moisturizer that I use pretty much every day. I've used makeup primer before and it's alright, but I've found over time that just using like a normal face lotion actually works better for me. I start with this Flirt eyeshadow mousse. It's like in this champagne shade called Sandcastle. This brand doesn't actually exist anymore, but it's just basically like a gel eyeshadow that's super sparkly. I like to put it on my pinky and then I put it on the inside of my eyes, just like around the corner and a little bit onto the lid to blend it. With all of my eye makeup, I start light inside and get darker going out. And I did in fact forget eye primer, but this is the eye primer I like to use. It's just by e.l.f. It's like $4 and it does the trick. And that's all I ask, really. This is a basic palette from Sephora that has neutrals, and it's by far the palette I use the most. I take an eyeshadow brush, and again this is from e.l.f. because it's cheap. I start with the lightest shade and I start again on the inside of my eye. Then I like to do the next darkest shade, one little square over, and I kind of do that in the center of my eyelid. Now that I have a basic shade all over my lid, I take a darker brown and just pat like the corner of my brush into it, and I pat the corner of my brush into the crease of my eye. And then I like to flip the brush over to the flat side and use that to blend it out. Then I have two sparkly shadows in this palette, a gold and a brown. So today I'm picking gold and I'm just going to sweep all of that all over everything I've done so it's nice and sparkly and colorful. Then using whatever I have left on my brush, I'm going to kind of go all the way up to my eyebrow almost with whatever color is still there, because when I put on lashes, they are huge and my eyeshadow will literally disappear beneath them unless my eyeshadow is also huge. Next is eyeliner. The logo is literally worn off because I use this so much, but this is my favorite eyeliner. It is the Kat Von D ink liner, and it's basically just like a felt tip pen. You know, it's not a liquid brush, it's not a crayon. I struggle a lot with both of those eyeliners. This one is literally like a little marker, and so if you have a hard time putting on eyeliner, I highly recommend this one. This is definitely my favorite. This is why I do my eyes first, because I have to pull to get my eyeliner to work. I have incredibly shaky hands and eyeliner is hard for me, so this is what I've figured out. I'm not a pro. Next, this is something a lot of cosplayers do. I take a white eye pencil. This one's by NYX or NYX, and I just put this on my bottom waterline. I don't like to do bottom black liner because I personally think it makes my eyes look smaller. I also don't do winged eyeliner because my eyes are kind of downturned and wings just don't look good on me. I've learned over a long time that this is just what works for my face and my facial features, so you don't have to do things exactly as I do them. You can add eyeliner on the bottom, you can add wings, make it your own. This is what I do. Next we are using concealer. This is the Wet n Wild Incognito Mega Last Concealer. It is in shade Fair Beige. I like to just dot this under my eye and then I usually take my middle finger and just pat it in, kind of down to the top of my cheekbone and up right to my lash line. Then I'll usually add a little extra dot just where the darkest part under my eye is. And I try not to touch it too much because the more you touch it, the more you blend it. And that one spot really needs the most coverage. So I blend everything around it. Now, because this concealer is like one shade light for me, it really highlights my under eye area. So now I'm going to use powder to blend it in. This is CoverGirl True Blend pressed powder. And honestly, this is what I use for foundation right now. Now, I did used to use liquid foundation and go over my entire face with that. But it was actually during COVID that I stopped doing that because when I was going to conventions, I was wearing masks. So I didn't have to do the entire lower half of my face. It was going to be covered. So I was just doing this eye concealer and face powder, and over time I actually liked it a lot more. I found that foundation, liquid foundation, would make my face kind of like cakey looking, no matter what primer I used or what setting powder I used. So for me and my skin, personally, this works better. Now we're going in with blush. This is a blush I got from a grocery store in England. We do a pat, 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 and we smile, and we do the apples of our cheeks. And we blend, blend, blend. Blend it all around. Blend it so much. Now blush makes your features rounder, so we are going to do the opposite of blush now and do contour. Again, I have an e.l.f. brush. I dip it in the powder, and personally, I contour my jawline under my chin. With characters that have a more angular face or more sharp defined features, I will contour my face, but my face isn't very wide to begin with, so when I'm doing this basic makeup, I just do my jawline. It's really important to blend this out. There was one photo shoot I did as Sonia Nevermind where I didn't blend this out and it looked really bad. We have a neck now, we have a neck now. Now I do brows. The brows are the window frame of your face. Don't forget them. Depending how crazy my brows look, I will either do a brow powder or a brow pencil. This is my favorite brow pencil. It is from CoverGirl. It is the Ultra Fine brow pencil. It's really good. It's really tiny. I personally just do the kind of tip and tail of my brows with the pencil. If I do the entire brow, it ends up looking really unnatural. I'm even going to add a little powder on top of the pencil right here, just to fill it in a little bit. And I can't forget highlighter, because it's important to sparkle. This is a palette by Makeup Obsession, which is a brand in the UK. And I take like either this peachy color or this pinky color, and I will just put it on the top half of my blush. So it doesn't go all over where my blush went, it just goes on the very edge. Now that I'm so pretty and sparkly and contoured, it is incredibly important to make sure this all stays, and for that I use setting powder. My favorite setting powder ever is this Coty Airspun translucent face powder. I love this stuff. This is quite literally my holy grail cosplay product. I talk about this in a ton of videos where I talk about makeup things. Then I just use a huge fluffy brush and smack it all over my face. I especially try to get it up under my eyes because my lower eyelids tend to crease, and this powder helps a lot with that. Now I've said I don't like to do eyeliner on my lower lash line because it doesn't look good with my eye shape, but I do think some like dark definition on that lower lash line really helps open my eyes more. So I actually like to use a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. This is a Maybelline mini brush mascara, so it's got a teeny tiny baby brush, and it's perfect for my lower lashes. Now it is time for the most important part of all, the false eyelashes. Now, do you have to wear false lashes with cosplay? Of course not, no. You never have to do anything with cosplay. But I personally will not cosplay anymore without false lashes. I really just think it makes my cosplays look that much better. The way I get my lashes on is I just hold them by the very end and stick them on the center of my eye. And I use a clear drying lash glue, so if I don't get it perfect the first time, it's okay. Yeah, and honestly, I've decided I don't like the placement of that lash, so it's really important once you put glue on your lash to let the glue dry for at least 30 seconds before you stick it on. Sometimes I do a full minute. Voila! The last thing I do is lip liner and lipstick. So this is by far my favorite lipstick to use for cosplay. It is the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, and this thing lasts forever. And we're done! Behold! We're back where we started! So that's how I do my basic cosplay makeup. I sincerely hope this video was helpful in some way, or at least entertaining to watch, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up down below. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment. As always, make sure you're subscribed, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye! The family group chat is popping off, y'all. My family's trying to figure out how to move a couch. Okay, I gotta go lift a couch. Looking like this. Bye!